Hello out there, wherever you are. As for me, I am in Uniontown, Pennsylvania, and we are here to check out Haunted Hills Estate Screen Park. I have heard plenty of good things about this. This is a farm that they convert every year into almost 6 separate haunted houses. It's actually like a mansion style house, an asylum style house, and actually a challenge trail where you walk through the woods, and there's 4 separate attractions in the woods, 3 different haunts, and then a corn maze at the end. So we're going to check it out and see what it's all about. Now, as far as filming, they don't really allow film inside any of the attractions, on the trail, in the asylum, in the mansion. So I don't know what exactly I'm going to capture. Maybe I'll do like a little review out of every one of them as I go through them, just to see what I liked, if there's anything I didn't like. So we'll check it out and we'll see how it goes. Let's go step inside. I'm liking the vibe that we're getting into here on this. Wow.
Oh, okay. Wow.
This video we are going to experiment with background music and voiceovers to avoid copyrighted music, which was blaring all over the park. And understandably so, they don't, it's not really set up for YouTube recording, which is totally fine and understandable. Okay, let's review the first haunted house experience, which is called The House. They retrofitted a barn to make it look like an older rickety mansion, and they did a terrific job. The scare actors in the first house were incredible. You didn't run into too many dead spots or anything, but also I'm gonna give it a little bit less because it's a Friday night. Like, I'm sure a Saturday night with a lot more people and a lot more scare actors, but not a ton of dead spots, but a huge haunted house. I mean, there were times where I'm like, okay, this is probably like the exit coming up here, and then you go through about 4 or 5 or 6 more scenes. So really cool haunted house. They also chase you out of the house, especially the people that are scared and they start running off. They will chase you significantly up the path. Really cool house, and I dug it a lot. Okay, haunt number 2 is called Experiment 31. It is your kind of asylum slash, hospital type haunt. Also very lengthy, really cool. A lot of cool scenes in there, a lot of cool spots in there, a lot of cool unexpected scares in there. Very cool. There was a situation, they did this in the house as well, where there were times where you are like ducking under something. Like, there was a point in Experiment 31 where I thought that my friend Matt went a wrong way and he like ducked under something. I was like, oh no, he probably is going in where like the scare actors like go into thing. No, that's part of the trail. You literally duck under this thing and like walk under a portion. And I really thought it was, I was like, oh no. I was like, we went through like behind the scenes, but no, it was actually part of it. They use the space very well. It's very lengthy. Both that and the house are very lengthy, very cool. Definitely getting your money's worth going through these 2 attractions. Okay, now let's get through haunt number 3. Technically, it's haunt number 3, 4, 5, and 6. The haunted trail is 3 separate haunts you walk through, and then a corn maze as the 4th. So it's 4 separate trails rolled into one. Basically, you were walking through the woods in the dark for a mile. Now think about that. And also, and I think this might be, I'd be curious to see how the operations were affected by the COVID situation. Whether, better or worse. I think in this circumstance with the challenge trail, it might be better. Now, I can't speak for that. This is the first time I've been to Haunted Hills Estate. I would definitely be intrigued to go, post-COVID time just to see, what the differences were. But the challenge trail was really cool. And because you're in a small group of like 10 people, the people we were with, the first 3 were grouped together. Then it was me and my friend Matt. And then there was another group of 4. You walk down a giant hill. You walk through these different haunted scenes in the woods, and the people that were in front of us walked really fast through them, and then it was us 2, and then the family of 4 was like really taking it in, and they were like way back. So at one point we looked around and the people ahead of us were way gone, and the people behind us weren't nearly there. So you're walking through the woods alone, which is an incredible experience. I mean, that is a premium level thing, and even though it is a wide area, so certain people, they might not appreciate the dead spots. Dead spots are where, like, you're walking, nothing's really coming out at you, there's nobody making noise, nobody's chasing you out of somewhere. But I love the dead spots. I think it was something that adds to the overall experience, especially when you're walking through the woods alone. The one thing I had looked at it is in terms of expansion, what they could do with the space that they have. I think they can grow. I think they can grow big. I think they can put significantly more haunts in there to the point where it's almost theme park, amusement park level number of attractions. Because right now they're listing it as 6, but really it's 3. It's the house, Experiment 31, and the haunted trail has 4 separate ones. But I think they can add to that, and they can make that significantly more than what it is. But right now, as it stands, it's amazing. The corn maze at the end, all these separate haunts, they kind of stopped you at certain points, kind of for you to recognize that it was like part of like the, you know, like you're walking into a different haunt now, or sometimes there was a sign that would. But I guess the first two we went through, and I didn't realize it was the first two. I thought it was one. So, not that it was bad, it was pretty good. Like, cool, like, cemetery, dark scenes, different, like, redneck zombies type scenes. Amazing stuff that they put together there. But yeah, I really think they could really expand to something great. But something interesting happened in the corn maze. We were walking through the corn maze. It wasn't overly like complicated corn maze, but they had people in the corn maze that, you know, were coming out at times, unexpectedly. And, you know, it was really cool. But one of the craziest things is that, so we were walking in the corn maze, and we were walking to, I thought we'd walked too far down, and there was a person that was coming from, like, the staff, like, oh, you walked too far down. But it was a little kid, and he's like, I'm lost. I'm looking for my Uncle Twisty. Have you seen him? And I'm like, oh, this is part of it. Like, this is certainly part of it, that he's looking for, like, you know, Twisty, like Twisty the Clown or whatever. So we're going through, and he keeps like directing you, like, oh, go back this way, go back the other way, and I think he's directing us to the certain people that are like doing like the haunted house stuff. But no, what he's doing is, he was a kid that got separated from his family, and he was I don't know why he was looking for Uncle Twisty. Twisty is like one of the main characters at Haunted Hills Estate that I found out after the fact, but it was so wild to me. Like, I was like, oh, this kid's like part of the experience, and walked out, and like his dad is like, where have you been? You get lost all the time. And I'm like, oh, he's not part of it? Because I really thought he was part of it. But yeah, really cool, amazing, high detail experiences. I mean, like theme park level experiences that you're getting at Haunted Hills Estate. This may be an every year thing for me, to be honest. Oh, hi, friend. So come to Haunted Hills Estate?
Come to Haunted Hills Estate. Like Haunted Hills Estate screenplay, get it right.
Oh, my apologies. I didn't real. I'm sorry.
It's all right.
Is that right? Okay.
Sorry, it says it right there in big old letters.
So what's up,
man? See, look, there I am right there on that picture.
So you are?
Right there.
How about that?
Uncle Twisty, actually.
Oh, you're Uncle Twisty.
Yeah,
You know, there was a kid looking for you in the corn maze that was not part of your show here, and I really thought he was part of the show.
Yeah, don't worry, I lower him in there.
You did?
That's when I get him.
Well,
that's why I'm covered in glow sticks.
Okay. Is that what you're covered in glow sticks? Is that the drawing the kids?
Yeah. See, I'm like my cousin Pennywise. He uses a toy boat in the river and it's down drain. No, I'm like, yeah, I'm a glow stick.
That's amazing.
Oh, I get these people like YouTube.
Yeah, like YouTube?
They follow me.
Yeah?
Yep, that's my carnival one.
It's a carnival.
Carnival with the axe throwing.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
There's fire breathers in there too.
I saw them. It was amazing.
Yep. Yeah. Silas and Lydia.
Silas and Lydia.
Yep. That's
very cool. That's awesome. Okay, final thoughts. First of all, I'd like to thank my friend Matt for coming along. Thank you so much. I greatly appreciate you coming out to the haunts with me. We're probably going to try to do some more here before the Halloween season is over. What can I say about Haunted Hills Estate? I feel like the value is there for what you're getting. The scare actors are spirited. They commit. They are, they're crawling around on the ground at certain times in certain places. They're really into it. They dig it. The inside facades of not just the Challenge Trail, but Experiment 31 and the house, very, very well done. I mean, cool set pieces, cool designs. Unfortunately with the house, we were kind of funneling through there. And I would have liked to have slowed down and seen a bit more of the set pieces and the detail in them. But I thought it was really cool. I would love if there was a situation where I could, there was like a YouTube night or something, I could take you guys through there, because it is amazing, highly detailed and incredible. Same with Experiment 31. Very cool set pieces, very cool detailed, a step up from a standard like farm level haunt. Like they're teetering on the edge of like a legit theme park level experience you got here. I mean, like a higher end scare experience. So it's definitely something that I feel you should check out. It, like I said, may be a part of my regular October haunted Halloween season. Usually I just go to like the Phantom Fright Nights at Kennywood, maybe like one or two other things. But I think this may be a yearly trip out to Haunted Hills Estate, because I was that impressed by it. And I don't think, like I said, the COVID thing, they were doing temperature checks, the majority of people were wearing masks, they were socially distancing, they were putting people in smaller groups. So I thought they handled that part really well as well. That'll wrap it up from the Haunted Hills Estate Scream Park. I tried to give you as much content as I could. It's hard when you can't film inside the amazing houses and the amazing challenge trail. But I did some reviews, did some things. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure, if you're new to the channel, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. If you'd like to support me on Patreon, there's a link in the description below. If you would like to buy a t-shirt, Spreadshirt Shop, there's a link in the description below there. But that'll wrap it up from the Haunted Hills Estate, Uniontown, PA. Can you say, my name is Tom and I was here?
Who?
Can you say, my name is Tom and I was here?
Your name is Tom and you were here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you say that?
Why would I say my name is Tom?
I don't know, why not?
I'm not Tom.
You sure?
No, I'm not Tom.
My name is Tom and I was here.
Well, that's you. I'm Uncle Twisty.
He's Uncle
Say,
Twisty.
say my name is Uncle Twisty and I was here.
My name is Uncle Twisty and I'm still here. There's no was. There's no past tense.
That's
I'm
true.
still here.
He lives here. He's always here.